Hey guys, thanks for stopping by the shop. It's Chuck, and it's another Screwy Tuesday. My buddy Howie, of course, as soon as I start talking to you guys, he shows up. So this is, I called it kind of a hey man. This video is going to be about building this part for my brother-in-law. It's a gate post lock. You guys might be familiar with him. My friend Carl's, as soon as he saw it, he named off the manufacturer. I didn't even go look, and I would bet that you could probably buy this for, I don't know, 14 bucks. And I got about 8 hours. No, I don't know how many hours in it. 4 hours in it total, maybe. But anyway, I had fun building it. It was good learning on some items, and flat out enjoyment. That's why I like being out here. I like the challenge of figuring things out. So anyway, hope you enjoy the video. There's some machining here going through on this. Nothing else to report. Of course, when I shut the camera off, I may be back. Come on. You can, oh, come up here. Nope. Come here. Come here. Come here. You want to, oh shit. You want to say hi? Hi. Wave to Rocco. Wave to all the doggies out there. There's a few more. I can't remember all their names. Alright guys, on with the show. Alright, don't knock the camera over. Here's the... Well, my brother-in-law shows up the other day and walks in and hands me this and says, hey, can you build me this guy? This is a gate latch. And if you can see down in the relief here, like right here under my finger, you can see how small the radius is. That's for screws that held this piece on. And as you can see, it just blew its way through. So anyway, he says, can you build this for me? So I'm going to make it out of aluminum. It's going to be a fun build. Be a little rotary table. So I did some measuring, put together a quick little drawing. I'm going to come in with an 1 3/4 end mill to pick up these radiuses, and I think it'll be a fun build. So let me get the rotary table set up, and we'll proceed on. Well, I checked around in my scrap pile, and I got this block of aluminum, and I think that's where this part will be hiding. Right in there. You see I have enough space there, and we have enough height here. So the thought is get the rotary table centered up, get this part on the rotary table centered up, get me a line here, and then we can start doing the radiuses, clean off this top, and then part it off, and then do these guys. Whoa! There it goes. So we'll move you on here. Okay, we're going to clean up the block a little bit real quick here. So you can see I got my screwy ball pushing the back of the block up against the fixed jaw, and let's give it a quick clean. Take about 10th out. Yeah, out of frame there, but we got a nice finished surface on the piece. So we'll put that on the back jaw, get another face cleaned up here. Okay, got it turned around using the bigger screwy ball, and we'll get a little clean on this face. And not enough. Okay, let's move the part. Just squaring up the fourth side. Gotta love working with aluminum. Okay, a little deburr, and we'll start milling on this puppy, getting it set up. So rotary table centered up on the quill now. Basically just use a 3/4 inch end mill, put it upside down to 3/4 inch collet. It's a 3/4 inch bore in the rotary table, and got center. So center up the DRO, and we'll get moving on. Okay, the rotary table's centered, and I've got a plug that fits the bore. I thought I saw a little piece of metal on there. It fits the bore. Fits the bore. I said it fits the bore. Come on now. Come on now, baby. It's tight. It's tight. It's tight. Good and tight. And then I've got a sacrificial plate that sits on top of here. So we'll get that tightened down. Pardon my hand, pardon my reach. And it's got a center spud there for 1/4 20, and that's what we'll use for getting the line up. So I'll bring you back. Okay, so I set up a dial indicator, and I've got this edge running parallel with the bed, so that way I can line up everything off of this edge as I get the part onto the table. It's running no movement on the clock right here. Well, I hope this shows up, but there's center, and there's my radiuses, and there's my center points for the 175, and there's my part. Held it down 10 thousandths from the top of the block and did all my measurements. So basically using the digital surface gauge and pardon my moving of the camera there, and working off of that. Gotta say, use my little Starrett, or these aren't Starrett, I don't think, are they? What are they? Yeah, they're not union tools, but hey, just want to give a shout out to Tom Lipton. Watching him, and this part is now Liptonized. He's taught me a lot on layout and bump the camera there. He does that also. But thank you, Tom. I'm the grasshopper and you're the master, and I appreciate all the lessons. So let's see if we can get that part out of there. There it is right there. The part's just sitting in there waiting to come out. Okay, I got the part set up in the mill. We've got a center point right there. and I came down. I think you can see it, but I've got a point right there in my mill. I came down, held the part on that point, and then we know this edge of the table is in the X, it's parallel with the X, and so I measured across and got the block parallel with the X, and then I put in some stops, so I have 4 stops so that I can actually pull the part out and relocate it back onto the pallet, and then I've got some hold downs. So and it's I was thinking that I was going to have to come in over here on the back side and get something else to hold the part, but this works out well. I'm only cutting to this line right here, so I've got more than enough room for my hold downs there. And table right now is marked, so any movement I can come back to 0 and be parallel with the table. Alright, we'll get some tooling set up and move on. Okay, a couple things here. One, you can see I got a towel over the handle for the rotary table. That's so I don't grab it by mistake right now. And I've got an 1 3/4 end mill in there, and I've moved over to my position, but I've held it 10 thousandths in both directions, 10 thousandths shy on full depth and 10 thousandths over. And let's touch off and see how we do. I think it's going to be fine. I've thought about cutting these out with a bandsaw first, but right now I think I'm going to go ahead and just use a mill. So let's give it a shot. So it looks good. I'm off the line in both directions. Okay, I'm liking it, so I'm going to move off and then come back onto it. Okay, I committed to going this way. I'm not going to let you listen to it though. Okay, got one side done, and going to do it a little different on the other side. I think I'm going to go in with a, I think it's going to be a lot faster, is go in over here with a, on center, with a 1.5 inch 2 flute end mill. Go down to depth and then come back in with the 1 3/4 end mill. I think it'll won't have the chatter effect that I'm getting with this multi-flute, and I think it'll go much faster. But we got chips, so I think we'll clean up a little bit before we move on and do the other side. But this side turned out well. I'm happy with it. Well, I think this is going to work a lot simpler. I was committed to the other method, but let's give this guy a try. Whoop! Kick the old camera. Well, let's give it a hell. Well, there we are at 1 inch, and I'll finish the rest of the mill handle, but I gotta, for the Z, but I gotta move the camera, guys. A little quicker than the first method. Okay, final pass. Sorry that the camera might be crooked. My tripod broke here, but got smarter here now, so it's going much quicker. I'm on both my final numbers. Yeah, that was too easy. I did it the hard way the first time. Okay, just working on the radius now. I'm working on this little crown that sticks up, and I'm using a 3/16 inch ball nose end mill to give me the radius there. As you can see, I think you can see that right there. Got to go down to 175 thousandths, so just taking my time, get down there. Okay, this is the final pass. Only a 5 thousandths cut. In Dale Dairy, if you're watching, I didn't pull a DD. I didn't break it yet. Probably just jinxed myself. Was thinking of you while this guy was running. Well, you don't want to watch this go all the way around. Okay, well, the little tit's done. The rest of this will all be milled down to 175 thousandths to create the block. But I'm going to complete the radius first, and then work on the rest of the piece. Bring you back. Well, we'll see if the camera will focus, but you can see on the part, pretty good there. That the part has a radius on this top, and I just used a corner radius tool, which is right there. Just used the corner radius tool and went around and put a nice radius on top of there. Hopefully the camera's focusing enough for you to see it. Anyway, worked out well, and we'll move on. Well, close, but no cigar yet. So I've got the radius there. Now I've been chicken. I got to try to catch this where the 175 comes around. And I'm thinking, I don't know how to figure it out, to be honest with you, but I'm thinking it's right where that bottom of that radius from the ball nose stops. I don't think it's a full 90-degree turn on the rotary table. I haven't gone 90 degrees yet because I don't know how to figure half the cutter, what it's doing. So we will try to sneak up on it without going too far. If I went too far, well, it's only a gate latch, but I'm doing my best. Okay, while it's in the mill still on center, got a 5/16 hole, drilled it out with a size end, cleaned it out with a 5/16 end mill, and a little chamfer on top, so that's ready to accept the rod. Going to build a new rod on the lathe and have a press fit in there. Okay, I think it's ready to come out of the mill. I have these two legs which are parallel to this back, so I can saw that off, put it in the vise, clean up that edge, and turn it over and knock these legs off, and also lower this face to the right, get my right dimensions from top to bottom. So been thinking long, but I think it can come out of the vise, or out of the pallet, I should say. I do have the stop set, so if I had to put it back, I could relocate it. Well, you can see I've cut the part off, and now it's sitting on the other parallel edge, so I'll go ahead and clean this top off and get it parallel, and then I can work on it from there. Okay, need to take off 25 thousandths, so we'll go with a 20 thousandths pass and then finish up with a 5. Got a nice 2-inch 2-flute end mill in there. And the final 5. Gonna have to move you guys for a second. Looking good. A little deburring, and we'll move on. Well, I just took the back off the part. So the next piece will be get the legs off and then catch the radius here on each side and knock down this one front right here. We got a visitor in the shop today though. Got my mentor and buddy, Chewy Rios. You're right in frame there, Chewy. He's over here working on the pool cue, and you can't speak?
No, fuck that.
Oh, nice. What am I going to say?
I'm sorry, you can blip that out.
Well, that's his Spanish. What can I help? Alright, so we'll bring you back, guys. Okay, just a quick update. Got the tits sticking up there, and just a tad of a boo-boo there, which I'm going to have to rub out. And just set the lines here, reset those again, so I will get rid of these 2 legs now and then finish off and then part it off. It's getting there. Okay, got the sides knocked down. Now it's just part it off on these 2 edges, and then it's going to be just some hand detailing, some radiuses, and then I still got to put in the screw depressions here. Sorry I'm not showing any machining, but I'm starting to hustle trying to get this done. Here's a little shout out to my buddy Stan, using one of your Z squares. Got this guy nice and perpendicular in there and cut off the top to size. Z squares, they're nice. Okay, parts to size. Now I need to put in the recesses for the screws. Be the next thing to go, and then a lot of sanding and detailing to get the radiuses best that I can. Okay, now I'm putting the radius on the part. It's a 3/8 radius. So got the part standing vertical in the vise. Got it set up, and we'll give it a run here. Okay, last corner, and why having two Z-squares work great. Can work both sides of the vise. Beauty. Okay, now it's ready for the slots. Radius tool turned out well. Well, I've got a next step completed here. Didn't show it, but simple milling. 3/16 cutter, cut in the screw slots. Just came over to dimensions that repeated on both sides and stayed parallel on the Y dimension as it traveled in X. So pretty simple. Now to open it up for the head. That's next. Just about on the downside of this part. Recesses are done for the screws, and now just a little detail and then finish the pin. Well, project's done. Here's the finished product. I'm happy with how it turned out. I opted to go with a glass beaded finish, and then what I do is I shoot it with satin spray lacquer, which seals the surface of the aluminum. Works out pretty good. So all in all, I'm happy. I didn't catch these radiuses, but that's life. It looks okay. It's going to function well. There's actually possibly an error in my drawing. Something I might play with just to see if I can figure that out. Like I said, I really don't know the math to catch this radius to catch these radiuses. I did have different centers, and that's possibly the issue there. And then my one bozo boo-boo, I like to point it out. You can see right there, I got a little aggressive on cutting this face out, and I actually went into where the ball end mill had made the nice radius there. My Chewy, when we were talking about it, my mistake there was when I went around and cut this with the ball end mill, I should have went ahead and brought it out further, and then I could clean this flat much simpler without having to worry about getting into that. So lesson learned there. A lot of lessons learned on this. But all in all, had a lot of fun with it, and made a replacement pin and pressed it into the part. Hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you on the next Screwy Tuesday.